just new cars, new regulations for 2021. Well, let's quickly enjoy this highlight that brings together all the regulations they are talking about, and also talk to some of the drivers before we get to the USA Grand Prix now.
F1 cars produce their performance dynamic downforce. Under the new rules, cars will generate a far greater proportion of their overall downforce from under the car.
I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how it looks like or whatever, as long as it gives us better racing and we can follow better. Of course, I think we want to be within 2 seconds, 3 seconds of what we're doing now, definitely. Because if it's going to be more than 4 or 5, I think it's not what we want, because then I think it just feels a bit too slow. But I think there is, this is just the start of it, and I'm sure that teams will come up with a little bit of a different look as well. So let's just find out over time how it's going to work out.
Max Verstappen is renowned for his bold and brave approach to racing, and he was once again in the thick of it in Mexico, making light contact with Lewis Hamilton as they went side by side through turn 1, forcing both drivers onto the grass. Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel have subsequently come out to say they adapt their approach when racing against him.
From my side, it only shows that I'm in their heads, and I guess that's a good thing. But from my side, I don't need to dig into other people in a press conference, because first of all, I think it's a bit disrespectful as well, and I prefer to fight on track, which I love to do, and of course I like to fight hard, but on the edge. Otherwise, if they want me to stay behind, it's also better to stay at home. I really want to take the fight to them, because that's what we are here for. We are racers, we are in Formula 1. I think we are the best out there, and we do fight for victories, because that's what I live for.
Besides the key aerodynamic changes, the World Council also want to institute a $175 million budget cap in the sport.
Okay, so the world governing body for Formula 1 says that no team will be spending more than $175 million. So they don't care how much you have, they don't care if you're Racing Point or you're Mercedes or Red Bull or Toro Rosso. All they care about is all you're spending is $175 million. Now, Mr. John, we bring back to talking about the level playing field that all of those people need. It looks like we'll finally get that in 2021.
No, absolutely. But the good thing is that it's not going to be happening this season, not even next year. But in the next, in 2021. But I went through the rules. It was kind of difficult for me to, get out one or two things. But the fact that Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bulls are also thinking of not dancing to these new rules that will be coming up also speak volume about how it will not be convenient for so many of these racers. And of course, the companies as well. But then the good thing is also that the Formula 1 director, talking about Ross Brown, has said that look, you have to dance to this rule. If you don't, big penalties are waiting. So we'll wait and see how things will pan out. But I think it's a good thing. New salaries will also be coming on board for this.
It even gives now rookies. Some of the rules says rookies must be a part of F1.
The likes of Charles Leclerc.
It's saying people who have had less than 2 Grand Prix must be the ones that will be taking part in P1 for the practice sessions. Now that means we will see so many guys that are probably at F2 and things like that. Then there will be chances for a lot of people to come out and actually showcase themselves. But then that brings me to what I was saying behind camera when we went on that break, which is Max Verstappen now. He got his racing license when he was 17. He's been there now doing it with the big guys. Over the weekend in Mexico, Hamilton said that he and Sebastian Vettel said that whatever they do, they try to give Max space. Now Max comes to the driver's presser in USA and he says it's disrespectful. First, Victor, I think I'll come to you with this one. When we look at an Hamilton and a Max Verstappen, there are so many differences here. Hamilton has done everything that can be done. He has broken records. He's hoping to break more. And then somebody like a Mad Max, which is what I like to call him anyway, it just comes out and he actually dishes words like this out to Hamilton. How does it actually look generally at how the respect culture they have in the Formula 1?
Mad Max, like you call him, is not just called Mad Max for nothing.
For no reason.
First off, it is it is something for, you know, some of the big guns to say they have to give you some space, because everyone knows the style of driving, and you know, when you put that into consideration, yes, you factor it in when you are trying to do your own racing, so that it won't affect how you garner your own points right there. And I think it's a good thing for them to be able to say that, and it was the way he took it in. Now this guy is still young, and you know, sometimes